Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. I'm just going to start it off the way I'm probably going to start a lot of these podcasts off from now on, talking about how what I've decided to do with this podcast was create the teacher that I wish I had always had, the teacher that I always needed. So hopefully, while you're listening to this, and I'm using other people's knowledge to teach myself things that I always wish I would have known, you can gather some information from that as well. It's a two-way street. It's a win-win. If you've ever read Jim Collins and Good to Great, he talks about the win-win. As many wins as you can possibly cause in a situation, that's how many more people you're going to help, and that's how much more successful you're going to be. So think about that fact, too. Like, be the teacher that you never had. Be the teacher that you needed, whether that was in, your early childhood, that was in grade school, middle school, high school, college, even in your adult life. We all wish we would have had teachers that would have helped us more than we were actually helped. So hopefully this podcast can be that for me and also can be that for you. Now, one of the best teachers that I've had over the past couple of years has been Diamond Dallas Page. Now, see, when I talk about this, doesn't mean those teachers actually have to be there for you in person. Those teachers can actually just be somebody that you either watch or listen to that lives on some other part of the earth, or may actually already be dead, but you can still learn from them. Diamond Dallas Page, DDP Yoga, is one of those programs. Just last night, I did an hour-long DDP workout. It was incredible. I haven't done an hour-long workout from that program in a while just because of the busy schedule of my life, and I put an entire hour in, and I felt amazing afterwards. So if you're not a yoga fan, I don't know if you're a yoga fan or not, but I was, a weightlifter for many years, and I always thought that yoga might be able to help me, but it was the stigma of the weightlifter, of the man. Men don't go and do yoga. Men lift weights and eat beef jerky and shoot guns and stuff. Well, yoga fits right into it. It's just, we've got to change the way that we think about it. And that's what I've been trying to do over the past several years, is change the way that I think about it, and I have. So Diamond Dallas Page, DDPY, DDP Yoga really helps you do that, because it's not the namaste kind of yoga that you're used to. It's not quiet. It's not serene. It's loud. It can be in your face. It's you've got to try it for yourself. And I'm telling you, especially if you're a guy, especially if you're a weightlifter, especially if you have shoulder, back, knee, hip pain. I know we all have some sort of that pain in our life. DDP Yoga will change the way you think about yoga, and it'll change the way that you think about your body, and it'll change the way your body feels. That's my testimonial. Let's just leave it at that. ddpyoga.com. ddpyoga.com. I'm telling you, check it out and make sure you get the app. It will change your life. I'm telling you, it is powerful. All right, that's my testimonial. Now let's go on and start this bad boy.
This is Rob Z Radio.
Welcome everybody here today. How many times have you heard that social media is the devil, or social media is evil, or social media is ruining society, social media has ruined lives, social media is destroying the fabric of America, it's destroying our children, it's destroying our workforce, it's destroying adults, it's destroying everybody. I don't know. I feel like I hear it constantly. I hear it. It's always being talked about how social media is screwing something up, or just ruining something and not making anything better. Now, truth is, social media was really designed at first to bring people closer together, right? I mean, Twitter was built for group chat, so you could be able to chat more easily with large groups of people and keep open lines of communication. Facebook was designed to connect people from all over the world, to keep up with your old friends that you haven't talked with in a long time. Back whenever you were in college and you lost your college buddies, and you could go back and find those people, or the people that you grew up with, maybe you moved across the country or across the world. You could go back and connect with those people. And I thought, initially, I think a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but a vast majority looked at social media as this thing that was a benefit and not quite as much of a hindrance. But the idea really, that hits me is that technology moves so fast, that it changes so quickly. And we as a society, especially here in America, are consumer driven. So when something comes out, we look at how can we maximize it to have more people spend money on that thing, right? So it's not really social media. It's not really the internet. It's just a reflection of who we are as people, and who we are as people are driven towards consumer things. And, you might say, like, social media has been ruining relationships, ruining lives. Well, that's just how we're using it. That's just how we've decided to apply it to our life. Now, I'm not saying that the people that designed it, I'm not saying that the media that pushes it, I'm not saying that the advertisers on it and the way that it's been designed for monetization is necessarily a great thing. I'm not saying that people haven't put their hand in to this game and intentionally made it more of a money-driven platform, made it more of a money-driven obstacle, made it more of something that can benefit them and not so much everybody else. Because obviously, when you talk about Jim Collins and you talk about the book Good to Great, not everybody's looking for the win-win. They're not trying to get everybody to win. They're just trying to win. So as long as we have that in society, then anything really that comes along can be manipulated and used to help somebody else win and other people lose. That's kind of our capitalistic, that's our country. There's got to be a winner. We're all battling for supremacy. That's what drives growth. Now, I personally think that growth can happen without destroying everybody else, without having neck-to-neck cutthroat competition. I think people can work together and would be able to achieve just as much, if not more, if we decided to work together as a unit. But the current landscape that we're in, the current way that social media is viewed, it's this thing that has gotten out of control that's really bad for society. It can be the devil. It can be something that's tearing apart the fabric of America. So I think what we have to do as people, and this is going to go, I'm talking directly about myself. Like I said on these podcasts, I like to be the teacher that I wish I had had back in the day, the teacher that didn't exist in my life. And I look at social media as something that I can use as a disciplinary tool. It's just another step forward in becoming more disciplined in your own personal life. How can you turn it off? How can you shut it off? How can you, ignore it when you need to and use it when you want to? It's just like anything else. Everything in moderation, including moderation. And when it comes to Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn, and think of all the different platforms that you can use on social media, when I make sure that I'm disciplined enough and I control my urges and I only use it whenever I need to use it for what I need to use it for, which is like watching this video right now or listening to this audio right now, when I'm using it for these purposes, I'm using social media to my benefit and hopefully to your benefit, because hopefully you're getting some value out of this that could help you in your day. Now, when I get on social media, maybe to post this video or to post this audio, and I immediately get on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube and I'm distracted like that. That's how Facebook is designed. That's how these social platforms are designed. They're designed to distract you. They're designed to immediately show you that one thing that you're interested in that will catch your attention. Now, it's not saying necessarily that it wants to distract you and ruin your life. It's just it understands what you like and it wants to show you more of what you like, and in turn that causes a gigantic distraction. And you can see that, right? It's not necessarily an evil thing. It's just the algorithm. These computer systems, they work much better than our brains actually do. So they understand what we want, they understand what we enjoy, and they're actually too good. They've become too good already, which is scary because they're all still so new. They become too good already at giving us what we like. And that means that people can manipulate that. It's just like, I'm gonna get spiritual. I'm gonna talk about church. I'm gonna talk about God here for a second, right? Like the idea of God, the idea of Jesus, of unicity and loving everyone just as you would love yourself and love thy neighbor and all of that is at the core of what the message in like the Bible and what God is, right? That's the message. But we as people muddy that message, twist it, contort it into what we need it to be or what we want it to be. So then you have all these people talking about something and making it this thing. And I'm not going to give any exact examples, but there's people have used religion for many years to scare people, to instill fear in them, to extract money from them, to almost control their lives, when in reality, we can use that core simple purpose of love and unicity as something that bonds us all together. It's unfortunate that that's not how it ends up happening, but that's the reality of the situation. So when you look at social media, same situation. It should be used to unite us. It should be used to empower us. It should be used to spread love, but it also, because people can manipulate it, people can use it in whatever manner they want, they are going to use it as a form of manipulation to coerce you into buying something, or coerce you into believing something that might be fake news, or to see their side of the story, or to get you wrapped up in the echo chamber, or their echo chamber that you may believe in. So I'd like for you to step back. Whenever you find yourself getting overwhelmed. Now, I do this on a daily basis. I'm trying to do this on a daily basis now. I shouldn't say I am. I'm trying to. When I find myself going down the rabbit hole, when I'm scrolling through Instagram, when I'm scrolling through Facebook, when I'm just lost in it, and I know that I came to this platform because I work in internet marketing, I have a reason to go on those platforms every day for business, to help me move forward, to help me make money, to help me grow. So when I find myself distracted and I'm not growing, I'm holding myself back, you have to check yourself, and you have to disconnect from that thing. You have to pull yourself away from it. And it's really a great technique, a great training ground for how to discipline yourself and how to focus on what you really want to focus on. What do you want to focus on in life? What do you want to be the main benefits to your life? And here's one of the great things I think you can do. If you go on social media, you know that if you like something, or you watch something, or you go to a website, then the retargeting algorithms inside of these platforms will start showing you that thing more often, and will start showing you things like that thing more often. So if your life is negative, and you're in lots of negativity on Facebook, and you're just in lots of negativity in your general life, when you get on social media, start searching out positive things. Just Google, positive content. One of the best ones for me is Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins so much. He's legendary in the industry that he's in. I know he doesn't consider himself a self-help, motivational kind of person. That's not the words that he uses, but that's how I always describe him. So I like a lot of his videos. When I find something that he does, I will like it. I will comment. I'll go to the website, right? So you can kind of redesign yourself to retarget what you see more often on social media to positive things. So even if you do go down a wormhole, hopefully it's a positive wormhole. That's one little simple, small step that you can take on a daily basis, on a, situational basis. Every time you're on your phone, every time you're there, you can use that idea to like something that's positive, like something that's moving the world forward, like something that's making you happy and giving you some euphoria that's helping other people as well. Try that out. And also, when you find yourself overwhelmed, when you know you've lost yourself in it, disconnect, pull back, and hopefully those are just some simple little tips that could help you the same way they have helped me when it comes to social media. I'd love to hear what you have to say. How do you get lost in social media, and how do you plan on fixing it? Hit me up on any social media platform, DM me or message me. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to this show. I really am grateful that people actually chime in and want to listen to what I have to say. That means a lot to me. And in result of that, I have to sponsor and promote things on this podcast that I believe in. So number one, I believe in my dude, Jake Over. All the music you hear on this episode, any beats that you hear, are from Jake Over. You can find him on Facebook. Just search Jake Over. He's an awesome music producer from Central Pennsylvania. And speaking of awesome and Central Pennsylvania, all of my sponsors on this podcast are from my area, which is Altoona, Pennsylvania. So shout out to the Clay Cup in Altoona, the Clay Cup on Facebook. Sarah, who beams with positivity. She's always just happy and bubbly and just a wonderful person to be around, which is why she creates such a great environment where she does her work, which is at the Clay Cup Coffee, Tea, and Creativity. Check her out, 1304 11th Avenue in Altoona. Shout out to Jen at Juice. That's Joos. So Jen is on 517 Allegheny Street in Hollidaysburg, PA. Hollidaysburg is right beside Altoona. It's almost like a suburb of Altoona, Pennsylvania, and a lot nicer than Altoona in a lot of ways. But Jen makes cold-pressed juice and smoothies, smoothie bowls, bone broth, hot soups, raw vegan baked goods. Everything is fresh, made to order. You can watch her drop the ingredients into the blender and make the drinks, the smoothies for you right in front of your very face. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So that's a Juice, the Juice Bar on Facebook and Instagram, Joos. And Trade Secrets. Steph and her husband Andy make all natural products for your body. So everything that they make there is researched in-house. Everything is developed in-house. Nothing has any added chemicals or ingredients. I don't know why they put aluminum in deodorant. That seems like a weird thing, but at Trade Secrets, they don't do that. They don't add the strange chemicals. When you look on the ingredients label, you get what you buy. There is nothing. There's no secrets involved, and that's really what I love about what Steph does at Trade Secrets. And she's really building an incredible business for herself and an incredible environment for the area that I live in Altoona, Pennsylvania. So sugar scrubs, bath bars, all natural deodorants, bath bombs, lip balms. That's 1223 13th Avenue in Altoona. On Instagram, you can find her Trade Secrets _skincare. And if you want to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/RobZRadio. As time goes on and I get more time, I'll be adding more and more things to Patreon, so make sure you check it out periodically. And you can also just help support the podcast through that channel. You can help just by donating a dollar, because all the money made on Patreon goes right back to this podcast to make this thing better and more powerful. So patreon.com/RobZRadio. Zebras, thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you next time.
This is Rob Z Radio.
That's brutal.